Hey everyone, it's David here. Welcome to today's session. I want to talk to you about other ways of getting deals other than live cold calling. But before I do that, if you've not subscribed to my channel, go and click the subscribe link below and click the notification link. I'd love for you to be one of my lucky winners. This may include a t-shirt, a thumb drive, or something else within that we give out, coaching calls, so many other things. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't and watch this video. All right, so I was on a training course with someone the other day, and we found a boatload of leads in her area of tax overages. In fact, as of today, the couple has been doing this for less than a week, and they just got a $30,000 deal, actually 29 and some change. I believe they're going to get 30% of that, and they've gotten 4 other deals. And we're on a training call about getting deals and everything, and I'm encouraging them to go small, and I'm trying to call people, and I got a text message from this guy. True story. He texts me, he says, I really prefer that you text me if you're going to contact me. Didn't know who I was. So I said the guy's name, and I said, okay, I'm trying to reach this guy regarding an overage from a tax overage from an auction at this property. Please help him call me back. He responds back with a text message and asks me to text back, so I respond back, and then he calls me in the middle of a coaching call, which I've now had numerous deals. I've now gotten numerous deals on coaching calls because people have, we've been on live calls, and it's really not that hard to get a deal. Let me run this by you as I get into this texting here. On Monday, I did, in my first 10-15 minutes, I have a guy who's very interested in doing a $22,000 lead with me right now on a state fund. That would be a $2,200 payout. I did a live YouTube. I had a lot of people joining. I had the Zoom call and under the fire here, and this guy's like, yeah, he goes, I know about this, I haven't been able to retrieve it, and I went over the benefits of working with my company, which is a whole nother conversation. But could you make $2,000 a week at this? Absolutely. But listen to this conversation that I had with this guy.
Write that number down.
Right now I'm telling the student that this guy has texted me, and to go ahead and make sure that she has the correct number down.
I wrote it down.
Yeah. That's on
And
the
what was
first.
his name?
His name is, and that's
The
on
son's
the
name
first.
is Will?
Say it again.
The son's name is Will?
I think that's the son. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that is the son.
Last
I
night
have
I
someone
researched.
calling me right now. I believe they're calling me. I believe this is him. Hang on, you're gonna hear a call. Here.
Okay.
That happens to me all the time. Quite often on my Monday calls, when I'm calling people live, I get calls back. I have to leave the detailed messages. This one was a text messaging. So I have a student this week, and this is golden what I'm telling you. Okay, all she does is mailers. She has been in our course, and she has made, she kind of stopped doing it for COVID, and I'm like, why did you stop doing this for COVID? She's gotten a handful of deals. She works tax overages in her areas. They don't allow an assignment of interest, so she uses a power of attorney. She has made in commissions, true story, this lady's on my YouTube channel, so she has made $53,000 in deals. $53,000 in commissions. She's made $53,000 in our course, which is absolutely incredible. I knew that she made like 12, 15. I did not know that she made like 4 times that. Okay, here's a call come in. Happens to me all the time.
Hello?
Hi, this is David Church. I missed your call.
Yeah, someone just called me trying to find JD Vista.
Yeah, hi, my name is David from JD Vista. How you doing, sir?
Good, I'm not quite sure if that's your service is.
Okay, so we're a California corporation, and what we do is we assist people in and it basically there's a file that I came across. There's a property. I'm pulling up the address. I'm sorry, I went to a different screen, and of course my computer's taking forever. But there's an address that belonged to this property. Yeah, so the guy says, what about it? He's very curious after I give him the address. It's a real small amount. It went up for an auction. I don't know if you know that, but there was an overage at the auction for just under $1,000. And that's due back to the parents. I'm assuming it's your parents, I'm sorry, but it's due back to them. And that's actually just been sitting there for quite some time. Eventually they get escheated to the estate. What JD Vista does, and it's no cost to you, is if you want to work with us, we can assist you with the paperwork. We would just get a percentage once funds are received. And that's what we do as a company. There's a couple forms that would be filled out. I take it you're probably the son?
I'm actually the owner.
Are you the owner? Okay, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Did you know?
Well, you know what? Hang on, let me tell you something. Here's something that may be a little shocking to you. Maybe a little shocking to you.
Okay. I've been shocked before.
Wait, hold on.
So the guy tells me that he has people that he's thinking about getting into the tax overage business and runs that by me, but we're still having a conversation here about tax overages and going on. I'm going to play a bit more of this conversation, then I'm going to sum this up.
It's a learning curve for us all here. But do you happen to know of a guy by the name of Bob Diamond?
I know who Bob Diamond is. I have nothing to do with him, but I know that he has a training program in tax overages. I do know that, but I do not work for him at all or anything like that. I'm not even associated with him.
Right. Because the reason why I'm saying that, because I know I've heard some people who, when I got this call here from you, we're talking about, tax overages or tax amount that, people, because of tax sale. Yeah, and I definitely understand that. So when we were talking about that, and plus I'm a realtor as well, so. But I didn't know that there was any, enough money left over on the table like that. So that'd be great. So what is your percentage?
Well, usually we charge. I'm pulling up your lead right now. I actually was getting ready to go for the day when and you were kind of my last call, believe it or not. And I tried a couple other people. Let me pull up your exact amount so I can tell you what is owed and exactly how much. So if you give me 1 second, I'll have this pulled up for you. Typically we do 30%. I'm going to be real candid with you. And I hope you'd want to work with us. This is like $900. So literally, if you'd be willing to work with us, I would ask you to do a 50-50 split. Just because we're talking like $450 a piece.
Okay, so you said the total amount was $900.
I'm getting you the exact dollar amount. I'm sorry, So what had happened here is I was getting ready to leave for the day, or not leave, I was ready to turn everything over to the student, let her call. One of the things I do is when it's an area that no one's worked before, like in this area, I always have people do the smaller deals first. Why? Because this same student has just gotten a $30,000, $29,000 some change contract. She's getting $6,000 now. It's awesome. She's like jumping off her seat. She's so excited. Plus she's got another deal. I think it's $3,000. If you mess up on a contract and it's a learning experience for you, which it was for me in the beginning of this business, I messed up on a couple phone script, I messed up on some contracts. I would rather lose $450, $500 than $6,000. And if you mess up on a big deal, now I've had deals where I've had to go back to people because something. Like I had a woman who recently the county had changed some rules and I had to go back to her and sign again. The county was trying to get me not to work with her, and she signed with me on a second time on some new contracts. I mean, it happens, but again, I hate going to someone and saying, hey, by the way, now that you know the cat's out of the bag and you know everything, I need you to re-sign. Are they going to sign or not? Hopefully you have a rapport with them where they trust you, but again, if you haven't built that rapport, what's to keep them from going with you? And you don't know that. So you don't want to give out too much information with that. So we did a $900 deal for her first deal. Now, do I know tax overages? Absolutely. Have I worked tax overages? Absolutely. You've seen my checks. You've heard my calls. You've seen my deals. I've walked people through deals from beginning to end. Have I done a tax overage in this state, in this county? Absolutely not. And some states only allow a P of A, and a P of A, JD Vista, my corporation, cannot do a power of attorney. Some states will only allow will allow an assignment. Some states someone has to be there in person. I mean, every state's so different, and that's one of the things that we do. We point people in the right market, but in working with them and helping them to get to the right market, we oftentimes encourage them to start off small and then work their way up. Yeah, when you said, can I shock you? I wasn't. I've never had Bob Diamond's. I get people paid all the time. You can look at my website, it's JD Vista, but when you mentioned Bob Diamond, I've heard people mention him like, oh, do you do what he does? But I didn't expect you to, you didn't shock me, but I didn't expect you to throw that name out. That was kind of interesting. No one's ever contacted you about this before?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, because this is back in December 5th of 2017, and a lot of times what I do is I go and I work older leads, and people don't know. I mean, like, I can't tell you how many people have gotten paid. They have no idea that they have these, and it's cool. There's two forms that you would have to fill out if you want to work with me, and there's other ways to get this, but if you want to work with me, there'd be two forms. There'd be a contingency agreement that we'd agree on the percentage, and there'd be like an assignment of interest that would allow JD Vista to collect the funds and pay you. And it is a California corporation. We do have a pretty good
customer-client relationship. We've gotten a lot of people paid, but yeah, just came across your file and saw it in here, and it's going on about 4 years old right now.
Yeah, and that's generally when it's the best time to give it, to give it a couple of years, like to try to find an owners here. What you're saying is, so you couldn't give me a little bit more percentage yet? We could do like maybe 40, 50.
Well, if I do 40%, I would be making about $360.
Right.
I guess I could do that.
Okay, the only reason why I agreed to do 40% is because this is going to the student who I'm on the call with, who put on hold, to Tiffany and Kyle, who's a great couple that I'm working with right now and love working with them. The only reason why I agreed to do 40 is because I'm working with them, because I'm not going to do all this work for, and not that it's a huge amount of work, but there's going to be things for me to do, and literally, I like to have a minimum of 2,000, 2,100. I mean, I just did a deal last week for 1,500, so it works out that way. But yeah, let's continue on with this.
Yeah, let's do that. Send me the forms over, and I just got my fax number here. I got the e-fax. Send the forms over. We can be done with this, because that'd be great. That'd be good for my wife. She'll love to. Oh, you can email. Let me give you my email address here.
Okay. Is it let me see if I have it.
Okay, so I go over his email address with him. I explain the forms back out to him again. I make sure that this guy knows that there's an assignment of interest and that there's a contingency agreement, and I'm also doing a power of attorney because it's a new county for me, and I want to make sure that one of the three of these will work. I don't think they allow assignments because it says that they'll only work with the person who has the funds with them, but we're going to try it and see if they allow the assignment. If they do, great. If not, we'll have a power of attorney. So it'll be 3 forms that have to be signed by them, and just really communicating with them. Hey, here's what you have. Here's what you're going to do. Here's what you need to do. So to making sure that they fully understand what forms need to be filled out by them, that they know. I always say it's like me explaining something to my 4-year-old. I always want to tell my 4-year-old, okay, here's the decision you're making. This means this, because a lot of times he'll make a decision and he doesn't realize the decision he's making, and then he wants to go back and change his mind, and he can't. Like, he wants to go one place and someone goes another. So I'll say, okay, this means you're going here. This means you're not going with me, but you're going with mom, or this means whatever. You really want to explain it. Why? Because you don't. People try to get off the phone. This guy goes. He actually lives by a place where I kind of used to spend a lot of my childhoods by. With my grandparents back east, and we talk a lot about that. We talk a lot about family history. We have some time on the phone. I don't know this guy. I don't know him from Adam. But again, you want to build up that rapport with your clients. You want to be able to have it. This came off a text. This came off a cold call that was texting. So a lot of people ask me, do you only have to cold call? And people tell me I'm the master at cold calling. I'm really not. What did the guy ask me? In the very beginning of the call, he asked me for data, and I give it to him. He says, okay, what's going on with this property? I give him the address, I give him the overage, and then I literally had shut down my computer because Tiffany and Kyle were going to make a few phone calls. I was going to watch them on the phone calls. He actually ended up calling me back, so I had shut down the computer. So I had to reopen the computer, and I had to go ahead and pull those files out. So it took me a minute to go ahead and do that. I didn't expect him to call me back so soon. So that was pretty cool right there. So I have people that do mailers, and again, I've not done my marketing on mailers, but the woman that I told you about in our program, all she does is mailers, and all she does is the current court cases where she watches the auctions, and she just sends people a letter saying, hey, your property went for over the asking price, I can help you get paid if you'd like, and she's done multiple deals that way, multiple 53,000, and a lot of people that come in our program, they're very part-time, they live somewhere in the Midwest, and they don't even make 25, 30,000 a year. So like 53,000 would be almost double, if not double their salary. And that's life-changing for certain people. So I just really want you to keep that in mind as you're doing this business. Hey everyone, I really want to thank you for watching this video. Again, if you've not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Come on, click the subscribe down below, click the notification link down below. I will see you on the next video. This is David, and thank you for watching.